Barbell back squat. First of all, to set up this setting correctly, you want to have it just below your shoulder high. So obviously if you're having a squat rack, you're using a squat rack and you're setting it into a position where when you put your shoulder next to the hook is literally below. You don't want to have it too low when you're disengaging, but not further above, so then you go into your toes to grab the bar. Another quick tip here that I recommend, is a complete optional though, is that remove your shoes. Especially if you're wearing like these shoes with the air sole or the uneven sole, it's better to just take them off. If you do wear them like shoes as mine, for example, that the sole is pretty flat, you can lift them with that, it's fine. But personally, I prefer when my feet is flat on the ground. I feel it better, I feel like I can grip the ground properly. Generally, it just feels better for me. Now the first step for the back squat is to approach the squat rack and mentally prepare yourself for what is going to happen. Once you've done that, go under. Try not to place the bar on your neck or up here above your shoulders, but below, down there, as you can see, like at your trapezius muscles. Lock them with your arms, take a deep sour breath and lift it up. For the purpose of this video, obviously, I'm going to turn aside so you can see me better, but you don't have to do the same in your gym, right? You initiate the movement by taking a deep sour breath in your stomach. Squeeze the ground with your feet, like feel the ground beneath you, and then descend yourself in a slightly diagonal line to the back and bottom. There. Try to keep your upper torso steady and out, like to not cave in like that. Try to give it here and go as deep as your mobility allows you to go. And push yourself back up. If you need to take another breath or exhale and then take a breath again, prepare yourself and go down again. Once you finish, approach the squat rack. First slam the bar at the squat rack and then put it down there. This is a precaution for safety, obviously. Please bear in mind, when you're doing the squatting, if you notice that your pelvis is caving in or is doing any motion here, that means that you're pushing beyond your natural mobility capacity. With that being said, it's way better to improve your mobility first before adding too much weight and trying to go on a deep squat when your mobility doesn't allow you to do this in the first place without even the bar. That doesn't mean that you can't lift heavy on the squats, but just stop where your mobility stops you and don't try to push it beyond that until you work on it. An external cue that can help with squats is when you're down there, instead of thinking that I want to lift myself back up, think as if you want to push the ground away from you with your feet. So when you're coming down, instead of like thinking just to bring yourself back up, think as if you want to strongly push the ground away from you with your feet. And if you do that, automatically it's going to bring you up here, obviously, because unless you have some superpowers, I don't think you can push the ground away. But doing that, for most people, they experience that they have a better engagement on their quads and their glutes, and they feel this exercise better. I'm not saying that's the only way, but you can try it yourself and see if it helps you. A couple of common mistakes that you want to avoid is obviously having too much momentum of the movement, like just going like that, up and down, pointlessly. You want to slow the weight down and then explosively lift yourself up. And the most common mistake, which this is the one you want to avoid, is bending forwards. We see this a lot of times, especially when people lack strength and mobility. When they're doing squat, they end up doing something like this. You always want to keep yourself up here and squat down. To achieve that, you need to have the right ankle and hip mobility so that your body can get down there. And if you lack on this, practice deep squats and bodyweight squats before you jump into that. You can contact me if you notice yourself that you struggle too much to do it, and I will help you fix this mobility.